a rapt solicitor. So here was a worshipper, now you have got a solicitor. He solicits her love. He is a courtier. He courts her. He is a solicits her love. A rapt solicitor for a love and grace. His bliss in her, to him, is his whole world. His bliss in her. Yes, whatever she is doing, that is his bliss. His bliss in her, to him, is his whole world at this point of time. Now see what a beautiful line this one. His bliss in her, to him, in his whole world. Absolutely monosyllabic line. And therefore it is very dynamic, very powerful also. His bliss in her, to him, his whole world. And see the alliteration, L alliteration and S alliteration. L alliteration and S. His bliss in her is his whole world, you see. Sibilant and libitant. He grows through her in all his being's powers. In all his being's powers. It is because of her. So, the diminished Godhead is now becoming more of a Godhead because of her. The diminished Godhead, the diminished is getting now reduced, less and less, you see. He grows through her in all his being. He has the physical body. He has the vital body. He has the mental body. He has the psychic body. He has the spiritual body. He will have the transcendental body. All these things are part of his growth, constantly being done by her. See? All the dehas, bodies, sheaths of operation. It is she who is adding them. He grows through her in all his being. He reads by her God's hidden aim in things. So God has put, that one, transcendent one, has put some hidden aim. What is the hidden aim? Well, that is kept at the moment hidden. But we know, we are wise people, we know that the whole hidden aim is to bring out a divine manifestation in the mortal world. Divine manifestation in the mortal world. To bring out the multiplicity of divine creation with individualized manifestation, with individualized characters, svabhavas, in the whole process of illusion. So he grows through her in all his being's power. He reads by her God's hidden aim in things. So whatever she has read of that aim of God, it is that she is working out, and he is accepting her interpretation, her reading, her work. Or a courtier. So he was a solicitor, he was a worshipper, now he is a courtier, you see. In her countless retinue, content to be with her and feel her near. The retinue, the whole thing here, all the great nobles and aristocrats, they are in a retinue there. And he is one of them, maybe chief, but he is still one of them. A courtier in a countless retinue, or a courtier, or a cour, that is an appeal, ear, her countless, I am, less ret, I am, in new, empiric. That is catching the line. Or a courtier in a countless retinue. Again, see the sound, and repeating. Courtier in a count retinue, you see. Content to be with her and feel her near. He is happy that he is close to her. He made the most of the little that she gives. Whatever she gives him, little bit. Okay, you take a glass of milk. Or take a small piece of mango or whatever you see, and eat. See. He made the most of the little that she gives, and all she does drapes with his own delight. He puts on that thing as a delight, cloth of delight on him. See. Because it is a gift coming to her, to him from her, and he accepts that gift. Because he knows something there is within him, deep within him. Whatever she is doing for some great work. She is fulfilling God's sacred purpose in this creation, and therefore whatever she gives to him, offers him, he accepts gladly, you see. He makes the most the little that she gives. See? And all she does drapes with his own delight. A glance can make his whole day wonderful. A glance can make his whole, her glance. It is her, you see, actually, her glance can make his whole day wonderful. That would have been more explicit. But the poetry would have been lost. By making here her glance, the poetry would be lost completely, you see. It becomes routine. I mean, the statement, that kind of a little mystical magic which is there, a glance, whose glance? Her. See, you could do, in poetry, you don't make everything absolutely explicit. That's the beauty of the poetry. A glance can make his whole day wonderful. What a line. A glance can make his whole day wonderful. A word from her lips with happiness wing the hours. His hours are flying up. Yeah. I mean, a little gesture from your beloved, and then you really fly, you dance, you go around happily, merrily everywhere around in the world, you see. A word from her lips with happiness wings the hours. He leans on her for all he does and is. He leans on her for all he does and is. Again, an absolutely monosyllabic line, you see, to emphasize her importance, her work. He leans on her for all he does and is, you see. That's the beat. Practically iambic meter. He leans on her for all he does and is, you see. He builds on her largest as his proud, fortunate day. He builds on her largest as the emperor gives gifts to his public, great servants. Somebody, a piece of land, FPF, a kingdom, a province. Okay, this is for you to manage. That is what the emperor gives to his subject, noble people, manor, landlords, like that. He offers them. Jagirdar, as to call, PFs. In the ancient days, PFs. Yes, this is your PF, this is your province, this is your kingdom, this is your manor, or what you want to call it, you see. Based on a large, that is the largest, you see. The gifts of the emperors, you see. His proud, fortunate days. Well, whatever she therefore offers to him, like largest, well, that is his fortune. That is a wonderful occasion to celebrate for him. And trace his peak of plumage, the joy of life. Because she has offered him that, therefore he is now spreading his happy plumage like a peacock. See, peacock, he dances to court the peahen, you see. So it is as if to make her happy that he is spreading his plumage, you see. He is happy. Yes, you have given me the largest, and he is expressing his joy by spreading his plumage. And trace his peacock plumage, joy. See, he uses peacock very perfectly, because it is the question of he and she. It is for he the peacock is used here. See. Plumage, joy of life, and sun in the glory of her passing smile. Even if she is passing slightly, well, that is the sun. Her little smile brings a whole day of warmth and beauty and joy to me. A little smile of her is enough for me, you see. That is what the beloved will do for the lover, you see, for him. Smile. He leans on her for all he does and is. He builds on her largest, his proud, fortunate day, and trains his peacock plumage, joy of life, and suns in the glory of her passing smile. Now, this is a wonderful kind of a description. In this sense, well, I mean, it is very poetic and all that, but wonderful in the sense that here you see very distinctly the kind of poetry in Savitri which is akin to Kalidasa in Sanskrit. To Kalidasa in Sanskrit. She is going to say that one of his efforts in Savitri is to bring as fast as possible in English the diction, the poetry of Kalidasa and Upanishad. The Upanishadic and Kalidasan elements are what he was trying to bring into Savitri. And here you have got a wonderful example of how the Kalidasian element has entered into Savitri. See, there is nothing metaphysical here, nothing very unusual, but the whole picture is such that it is bringing a certain lyrical joy and lyrical happiness and a kind of a spreading movement in every direction like that. Lyricism is there. He leans on her, all he does and is. Well, this is a plain line, nothing but he builds on a large age, his proud, fortunate day. Again, rising up, climbing up. And trades a peak of plumage, joy of life. The Kalidasian effect has come more prominently here. And suns in the glory of her passing smile, passing smile. She smiles just happily, casually she is smiling, but that becomes a day of joy for him, you see, that day she receives. Now, there is something very different in this line. He builds on her largesses his proud, fortunate days. Proud, fortunate days. You see, all words are very carefully weighed and added. It is not that you can remove any word you like, you see. Now, with this kind of a line, it is a very difficult line to scan also, metrically. See, the plain scanning will be, he builds on the largest. I am Anapes. Large, he is Pirik. Proud, fond, spondy. Nate days, Anapest. So this line becomes a 6-footer. This line becomes a 6-footer. It's one of the most exceptional lines if you scan it that way. He builds on a large, proud, fortunate day. It's a kind of a long line, 6-footer. It is not pentametric in the strict sense. It is not pentametric in the strict sense, you see. But you can also make it pentametric by scanning in a different way. He builds 1 foot on a largest 2nd foot. Largest his 3rd foot. Means 2nd foot is Anapes, 3rd foot is short, tribrach. It's called tribrach. Proud forge. Spondy, long, proud short. 2 net days, Anapest, short, long. See. So, it depends upon what pleases you, whether you would like to call it a 6-footer or scan it as a pentametric line with many trisyllabic feet. He builds is an am. On the largest is 1 trisyllabic. Largest is 2nd, 3 syllables. Proud forge, spondy, and unate days. Again Anapes. So we have got 3 syllable feet and 2 short ones. One is am, the other one is spondy. So it depends upon how you want. But I will tend to scan it as a 6-footer. He builds on a large, proud, fortunate day. See, there is a kind of a length going on, spreading, and there is a kind of a magic charm in that. So 6-footer is not unusual. I mean, once in a while you do see lines of that kind in Savitri. This is one of the best examples of a 6-footer if you scan it that way in Savitri, you see. And trails his peacock plumage, joy of life, and suns in the glory for passes by. So you see, the poetic elements in Savitri are very rich, very diverse, and you see many dimensions of poetic creation and poetic art in Savitri. This is one of the best examples of it, you see.